Okay, the karma of never making a stand. Well, as we go through our lives, we are all faced with certain challenges. These challenges are based on what we need to learn, and to some extent are derived from the karma that we've generated in previous incarnations. Now, if we don't face up to those challenges and deal with them, or at least attempt to deal with them, then they'll come round in a future life, or from the next life, only bigger. So taking the line of least resistance, if you accept the law of karma, is not really an option. Now, there's more than one type of challenge, but the one I want to talk about here is the type of challenge that gets in the way of you living the life that you are meant to live. Being yourself, you're expressing yourself as you are and fulfilling what you see as your life's purpose. And fulfilling your life's purpose is only something that you can know. No one else can really tell you that. You can ask advice, but really you have to know that and decide that for yourself. And facing up to challenges can be difficult, and it's possibly in many instances easier to dance to someone else's tune, and some people actually live other people's lives. It's, don't live to their own agenda, they live to other people's, other people's expectations and agenda. Now, specifically, what are the karmic consequences of taking this line of least resistance and not actually being yourself, living the life that you're meant to live? So where's that going to lead karmically? Well, I postulate that in the next life or a future life, because there sometimes can be a cumulative effect over lives, that you will live a life in which you inherit something that isn't yours and which boxes you in to something which prevents you expressing your true self. And this can come in the form of, say, being born in family is probably the most obvious one here. Family expectations that you're never going to want to fulfill. Family traditions that you're expected to uphold. In fact, they make a joke of it on a Mint advert at the moment, where the father cannot accept that his son eats soft mints when the family has always eaten hard mints. And I know they make a joke of that, but it's that sort of tradition that you're expected to behave in a certain way and uphold a certain tradition, and it can be very difficult to break the tradition, to break the mold. Also concerning family patterns of behaviour, such as authoritarianism or ostracism. That can be something that comes down through the generations. That if you look back, you find in families that the same patterns of behaviour have repeated themselves within that family. So it's something that, again, is the big challenge coming round, and you inherit it. You inherit the challenge. The moment you're born, you've inherited the challenge as a result of not facing up to challenges in previous incarnations. So that then is the task, to break the mold, to break with tradition. It needn't necessarily be family either. You can have certain social karma, that you're in a particular social group that you're uncomfortable with. And I think the sign that you've inherited this, because we probably all inherit it a little bit, is that you're expected to do something, to adhere to something, to behave in a certain way with which you are uncomfortable. And I suppose the only option is to some extent, to face up to this challenge and break out of it. And the karmic benefits of that, of course, are enormous. You know, establishing your own right to self-expression, the right to be yourself. And I think that's possibly coming back to this life, that the establishing the right to be yourself generates tremendous beneficial karma.